Hello everyone, my name is Onur and I'm a cybersecurity semester 4 student at the Fontes Hogescholen. In this video I'll be covering my prowess with command injection. What command injection means is the ability to execute malicious code on other host machines through vulnerable web applications such as this. And what you're looking at is an application called CSB-A. I've set this up with the purpose of attacking this website. What it basically does is it simulates poorly protected websites with the ability to modify the security level. So what this means is that most people that are trying out new skills or new application techniques in terms of pen testing might download this website in order to test their exploits. I've done the same thing actually. So what you're looking at is the command injection page, and like I said, command injection is basically being able to perform a malicious action on another machine that's not your own. And what it looks like is pretty much this. This is a website. It's asking for IP address. So what this low security level of this website doesn't do is it doesn't check if the submitted variable in this field is actually an IP address or not. It just executes it whatever it is. It doesn't matter what it is. It tries to execute it. And as we can see to my right, we have the notepad with all my findings. So what this website does as well is it tells us what the output is of the command that's inputted into the website. It basically tries to perform an action like a ping, and the ping it has to attach to a target like I8888, which is the Google DNS. But what it doesn't account for is that someone submits a pipeline and does something else as well within this salvo of command. And if you compare this to the higher security levels, like let's say the high command injection source, it actually properly sanitizes the input of the website, and it tries to remove everything that could be used for malicious reasons. There might be a way around this, like maybe there's still another type of special character. Maybe you could input your special character with the UTF formatting, and that way it would take it. I'm not sure actually. But if you look at the impossible command injection source, this makes a lot more sense. This was actually sanitized properly based on the function that the application needed to perform. In this instance, it's a pinging of a device. What it does is it takes all of the numbers that you submitted, it strips them of anything that's not a number, and it adds dots in each location that it found a number at. With some PHP magic, it puts back the numbers. The reason why it's called an octet is because it's an IP address which consists of 4 octets. It puts it back together and then it performs the action. So there's actually no way to submit your own malicious code into this. But it is possible to submit malicious code into the low source, which is what we'll be doing. So the first thing that I did was I made a directory called exploits. The reason for that is I wanted to let's say I want to redo this assignment or change things or whatever. This folder would help in me identifying where my malicious code is. I was first off trying to create a PowerShell reverse shell, but that proved to be a bit difficult because the scripts that I found they weren't really working with me, to be honest. So what I did instead is I found a netcat implementation of this reverse shell, and I had to configure it a bit, but I think I have it working now. So what does this mean? I will demonstrate. So the attacking machine has, the vulnerable machine has an IP address. Let's find that IP address out first. ipconfig is a Windows command for showing all of the IPs. A bit more context: this CSB-A is actually running on my on a Windows machine with XAMPP. So yeah, that's the context that you need. So most of these NCAT implementations usually go about Linux, but it just works fine on Windows as well. So as we can see, we just did an ipconfig, and I believe this is the IP address that we need. I already have this in my config because I was testing it earlier. But let's say the site uses, let's say we don't have direct access to the site as we do now. Maybe the site is behind a router. And in that case, you should find out what the public IP is of this website, and then instead of using a random port like this one, you should use port 80 or something that the website uses as well. Now there is a disadvantage against that. I'm not sure if the site will go down during that or not, but what does happen if I submit this malicious code is the page keeps loading until the netcat or Apache restarts. And I think that's because it tries to execute this bit of the script, but it's like a thing that doesn't end until someone tells it to end. That's why the page keeps loading. That's my presumption, at least. So what happens when I press on submit is, as you can see, the page is gonna start loading for no reason. But this actually means that we're most likely successful in trying to open the reverse shell to this machine. I will show you how that looks. Oh wait, I'm gonna show you something else first. So with the UMI command on Windows, I can show you which user is logged in on the what machine. So now we're connected to the Windows machine that we submitted this code in. As you can see, we are logged into a current different user. The way I did this was with the use of netcat. The malicious, the target PC, it opens a port where it listens to any connection, and my attacking PC, it connects to that PC with the specified port. What this means is I pretty much have full disk access to this machine right now. As you can see, the exploits folder is located right here. Yeah, we can pretty much do anything on this machine right now, including looking up and changing parts of the page. We could modify all of the files that we wanted to modify. Setting up a reverse shell like this is one of the worst things that could happen to your systems. If it does happen, it's actually also pretty difficult to find out if it's running or not currently for a monitoring solution or whatever. Because you have to use different monitoring methods in order to find out if the port opened or not. And the most difficult thing might be installing the netcat client on the victim PC, but I think it won't be that difficult to achieve that using the same technology. Yeah, that's the same vulnerability. Like you might as well call URL, download something. You might download the 7-zip as a command line interface as well in order to impact those things. But once you've set up the reverse shell, the things should be really easy actually. So yeah, that was my video about command injection. Until next time.